When you repeatedly make attempts to overcome negative habits or addictions and keep failing, you can easily become frustrated, confused, and depressed. You may wonder, why on earth is this so hard? I should be able to just make up my mind and do it. What you may not realize is that once your brain builds a habit, it jealously guards that habit and won't give it up easily. Have you ever watched small children as they go through the frustrating process of learning their first simple skills? Tiny fingers struggle to tie that first shoelace. A nervous little hand slowly scratches out a barely readable name. You let go and anxiously watch as your child rides a wobbling bicycle down the sidewalk. At first, these simple tasks are difficult and time-consuming. But with practice, over time the tasks get easier and easier until something magical happens. You don't have to think about it anymore. It becomes automatic. Your brain has created a habit. Forming habits is your brain's #1 priority. Why? Because your brain wants to be efficient. It wants to learn a skill and then as quickly as possible put it on autopilot. That way your brain doesn't have to think about it anymore and can move on to learn new skills. This is how you continually learn and grow. While your brain's habit formation power is a remarkable gift, it can also work directly against you when you attempt to break out of existing habits. Once your brain puts in the time and energy to develop a habit, whether it's good or bad, it doesn't want to give it up. Imagine what would happen if every time you tried to walk, talk, or tie your shoes, you had to learn the skill all over again. What if each time you climbed into your car, you had to stop and think, now, what does that pedal do and what are those knobs and buttons for? Without the power of habits, you wouldn't get very far in life. Once a habit is in place, your brain stamps it with mission accomplished and carefully guards what it's worked so hard to create. Think of it this way. Your brain builds a 20-foot-high, 30,000-volt razor-wired super security fence to protect all your hard-earned habits, boldly displaying the warning sign, "Keep out." To build a habit or a set pattern of behavior, your brain invests in an enormous amount of education and learning, practicing and repeating the process over many months or years of time. With an addiction, your brain has engaged in hyper-learning. It's not unlike putting in hundreds of hours of effort to train for a job or receive a certification. Imagine after all that time and effort, suddenly changing your mind and switching to a completely unrelated career, and then having to start the learning process all over again. This is similar to what happens when you suddenly feel a desire to change one of your existing habits. You read a self-help book, listen to a motivational CD, or watch an inspirational program on TV. Super excited, you declare, "I'm going to change my life right now." Or, after having given in to your habit or addiction yet again, you shout, "That's it. That's the last time I will ever do that." In either case, your brain defiantly responds, "Hold on just a minute. Let me get this straight. Just because you're feeling motivated, you expect me to waste years of effort and learning and simply abandon the habit I've worked so hard to build? I don't think so. That wouldn't be efficient."